Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. I'm wearing my safety goggles. We're going to go a bit brutal on this example. Alright, so what we have here is the bell housing puller from Multi-Pick. Spring loaded, good thrust bearings under there, good machining, nice product. Look at that. So the theory is that it'll pull, and what I'm going to test it on, actually before we do, 3 different types of screws. We probably want to use the smallest one here, and if that doesn't work we can always definitely move up to the one with more grip. For this demonstration purpose I think we'll just go for the, what size is this, 5.5, let's go for the green one here. Alright, so I'm going to need one of their screws. I'm going to need their driver here, which is like a torque type driver, and that will fit into there nicely. Alright, so I need to drive that into the cylinder. Here's the cylinder I've chosen for this demonstration. This is an Assa Abloy Lockwood one. This is quite a new one, and to make this a fair demonstration what we have to do is make sure that both screws are in the back and that this will be a fair test. Ideally it would have been nice if I had have mounted it. I don't like that screw. I'm going to get 2 genuine screws. Look at the size of that screw. That's a 4mm screw for the cylinder. Okay, and we are in. Right, that cylinder is just the same as what you'd be dealing with when it's on a door. Let's put these screws away, they're not right. Alright, now we need to actually sacrifice the cylinder to drive this big dirty green screw into it. Now we want to pull that using this, and we want to see what type of distortion and how it pulls away from the door. So I'm going to go for a centering position. As you can see what's happening. Okay, so we got the cylinder which is actually rotating a little bit, but definitely bound in there. Now I haven't really driven it home too far, so this will be interesting. In theory I should have drilled a pilot hole and then I should have drilled it in even further. But since this is my first test, we can allow a few little mistakes, can't we? Alright, so where is my rubber rings? Here we are here. Rubber ring. So what I'm actually going for is here just to pull, see if I can pull those screws straight out. What size we got here? It's a bit knurled up. 19mm. Alright, so I'm not mucking around here. 1/2 inch. Alright, I'm going to marry up these two like so. Just pop that on there like that. Start giving it a bit of a twist. Making sure it all sits together nicely. As you can see, the screw is now captured. This is tight. I've got a long stretcher here, a deep socket. Alright, let's see if I can do this on camera so we can see it, see the magic. Here we go. Oh wow. Okay, so what happened? It definitely came out. It pulled the whole thing through. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Now we're going to have to do a slightly different method, because if that was the weakest point, I didn't really want to pull it through like that. I wanted to pull the threads, and you can see how much thread is on these. I mean, did it work? Yes. But we want to do it a different way. So if it wants to pull through, let's throw a 355 plate at it. Just to be fair, I want to see if I can strip those screws. And since I've sacrificed this cylinder, I might just start with this cylinder. Alright, so that can go in through there. Let's marry up our tailpiece. Like so. Actually this is going to suck because I don't have a key for it, which means I've got to pop this off. If I don't have a key I can't rotate this, so I'm going to have to remove this cam. And where's a flat blade screwdriver when you need one? Just going to pop this circlip off. There it goes. Alright. Now, back to the cylinder. So I'm using this because it's a bigger footprint of the plate, and it will give me a good idea whether or not this tool can do what I want it to do. And what I want it to do is I want it to remove this cylinder from the front without damaging everything else, meaning that the cylinder is a replaceable item and you can still use the rest of the lock. Cylinders can set you back about 20-30 bucks sometimes. Right, so that's a lot of thread. Right, it's a lot of thread there. Look at my wood. How dodgy. Okay, let's set this back up again. Okay, it's tight. Okay, I think this is the best way to do it. Here we go. Alright, pull the screw straight out. Our cylinder remains. Now I'm going to pilot drill this, and then we're going to put in even a bigger, longer, deeper screw. Okay, so it's just impossible for me to do it on the bench there and, you know, drill safely. So I'm drilling a 3.2mm pilot hole. Now we're going to drive in this torque screw. Truth, 19mm, here we go. I'm just going to hold this like this. Look at that, it's moving it. Whoa! Alright, we broke the screw. Okay, test number 2. Load it up, let's see what happens. And pull the screw out. Okay, so it didn't actually pull the cylinder out as expected. I have a broken screw bit in here, so that's going to be quite an issue. The next option I've got is to actually go through the actual plug itself and try and extract the plug. Let's try that. Okay, that's in. May the force be with us. Oh, that was interesting. Look at that. Alright, so trying to pull the actual cylinder, no. Trying to pull the plug, yes. Very interesting. Now let's do that again. Okay, round 2. So I have an old crusty lane cylinder with a Yale profile. I'm happy to see the backside of. I'm going to try the same process. Green screw straight into the plug and see what happens. So let's do it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Straight through. Let's have a look at what we're left with. Alright, so, yeah. Don't know why it doesn't have pins in there, but enough force to snap it. Interesting. Should we do it one more time? I think so. Alright, so I've decided to give up on the rim cylinders. Look, it definitely did work in that capacity. Let's go for a profile cylinder, shall we? Let's do a couple of these ones. All my screws and the mounting plate, everything got quite distorted when doing rim cylinders. I was quite surprised because I was expecting to pull the whole plug out. Sorry, I was expecting to pull the whole housing out, but I was quite easily able to pull just the plug, which was interesting. Remember, this is my first time with these. We generally don't use them that much. Alright, so we're going to need this plate, and we're going to need another one of these. Alright, so no pre-drill. That screw's good enough. We don't want to waste screws. Alright, as per the instructions, straight down the guts. Well, not really the instructions, but it's the way we like to do it. Alright. Have I done my tool an injustice? I have. Alright, so I'll make sure my thread's captured on both sides. Alright, we are good to go. Now, I'm going to pop that one over there, like so. It actually has a recess on that side, so pop that on there like that. Make sure that's in the right spot. Taking it up. Alright, fingers crossed, here we go. Oh, look at that. I must say that wasn't too bad. There we are. So that proves the point. This bell puller has enough power to snap 5 pins or 6 pins in a row and just pull that plug. Definitely has enough power for that. I tried it on the rim cylinder. I could not pull the rim, but I could definitely pull the plug straight out. So that's a pass. That is the multi-puller. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is here. It's got a little picture of a snake on it. See? Snake. 3 different sizes. That's the multi-puller bell puller or bell housing from Multi-Pick. These people here. Thanks for sending it to me. It's a really cool tool. I was able to punish some cylinders that needed to be punished. We got a couple of bits of rubber there, and we got a small hole. Plus on top of that we got this one here, which is the Euro cylinder. Plus we got the rubber here. In all fairness, we didn't do too much damage to the door. You know, looking at it, did a lot of damage to the cylinders. Wasn't able to pull the actual cylinder, wasn't able to pull these two, but was able to pull the plug straight out of the guts and get to where we want to get to. So yeah, interesting. Weapons, drill, 3.5mm, and then depending on what screw you use, you change that. Impact driver and 1/2 inch impact wrench with a 19mm on the end. Thanks Multi-Pick for the tools once again, and thanks.